Hello and welcome to the program, everyone. I'm Teniola Shubowale. We begin this week with stories and happenings that made headlines over the weekend.
The African Union has warned Burundi against moves to jeopardize peace efforts after an international arrest warrant was issued for ex-President Pierre Buyoya and 16 other officials. They are accused of being behind the 1993 assassination of the country's first elected Hutu president. The killing of Mekwaya Ndadaye triggered a brutal ethnic civil war. Mr. Buyoya, an ethnic Tutsi, says it is a ploy to stir up divisions and shift attention from the current crisis. More than 300,000 people died in a 12-year civil war between the minority Tutsi-dominated army and mainly Hutu rebel groups. On Sunday, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman arrived in Algeria from Mauritania, resuming a tour of Arab countries after attending the G20 summit in Argentina. Prime Minister Ahmed Ouyahia received the prince in the capital's Algiers. Before the summit, the heir to the throne of the world's top oil exporter had visited the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Egypt, and Tunisia. On his way to Algeria, he stopped over in Mauritania, where Saudi Arabia pledged to build a large hospital in the capital. The Crown Prince is on his first tour abroad since the killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, which has strained Saudi Arabia's ties with the West and battered the prince's image abroad. A-list celebrities joined the Global Citizen Festival red carpet on Sunday, December 2nd, ahead of the highly acclaimed music festival where thousands of South Africans gathered to celebrate Nelson Mandela's centenary. The all-star lineup concert led by Beyoncé marks 100 years since the birth of South Africa's first black president and is a campaign by advocacy group Global Citizen, who aims to fight poverty, gender inequality, and hunger. Mandela's grandson, Kweku Mandela, said the festival is a re-establishment of Mandela's legacy, not only for South Africans but the rest of the continent. CEO of Global Citizen, Hugh Evans, added that the festival is celebrating the greatest global citizen of our time.
As South Africans, we hold really dearly the legacy of Tata, and I think this is their kind of re-establishment, not just as us as South Africans, but as Africans, finding our commonality, realizing just how amazing our continent is and where our continent is going.
Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades for his fight against white racist apartheid regime. He was released in 1990, led South Africa into its first free elections in 1994. He died on December 5, 2013.
Nigeria's president has joined other world leaders at the venue of the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Poland for the opening of the summit today. It's the 24th session of the conference of the parties under the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, otherwise known as COP24. President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to deliver a national statement highlighting Nigeria's commitment to addressing climate change by implementing the goals set out as part of the nation's contributions. The conference is expected to finalize the rule book in the implementation of the Paris Agreement on climate change reached in December 2015 in France. In the meantime, 4 former presidents of the UN-sponsored talks have called for decisive actions. The 4 senior figures behind the effort to limit climate change warned that the planet is at a crossroad.